What's up, everybody? We are making a dual pipe header for the racing lawnmower. Enjoy. Let's get to it. All right, so I got the pipe off and I marked it with a Sharpie on where I need to trim more so the exhaust pipe will fit in there more flush and look more straight. But for those of you who don't know, the inside exhaust ports on these twins are actually threaded. So you can thread a 3/4 inch pipe on there. Now I was thinking about threading pipes on there, kind of like how I did that mower right there, but the OHV doesn't have the threaded port. So I was thinking about threading and making exhaust right here and then making an H pipe right here. Trouble is once you thread that in, there is no way to remove it. So once you build exhaust, you're screwed. Like, you know, it's on there unless you cut the thing off. So that's why I'm hacking up the old exhaust, because these actually have exhaust flanges on them to actually bolt on. All right, so I trimmed up the headers with the angle grinder and the Sawzall, made them kind of fit together nicely. And so now, and also removed the front wheels so I can weld easier. I'm gonna kind of set this right here. So I was originally gonna get this piece here and trim where that Sharpie mark is and kind of weld it on there like that so it can stick out there like that. But this end is actually bigger and this can actually slide right over this pipe. I can weld that on there and it'll stick out further and be the same thing. Yeah, I know it will look like a tiny little bitty small pipe right there, but you know what? I think it'll work perfectly fine. And I don't have to make changes to my steering, and the steering will clear it perfectly fine. So I think I'm gonna do that. All right, so the moment of truth. The exhaust is tapped in place. So I am sitting here with Lucy in my lap right here, thinking about the exhaust, and yeah, the two headers, they look really nice. So the only thing I'm thinking of now is how to conjoin both pipes together so it would kind of even out the single cylinder soundness of the twin and make it sound like an actual twin. I got some extra pipe laying around that I'll make that work with. Now when this motor was on the racing mower at the time, I actually built this header right here. And there is a video on that and I'll put a link to it down below. But I added on to it by running the exhaust down here. I didn't want to cut the header up because if I ever want to put this motor back on for some whatever reason, then I can do so. I'm going to take the exhaust off now and finish welding it and bolt it back on, crank it up and see what it sounds like. Now, let's fire it up and see what it sounds like. You know what I'm pretty curious, y'all, is seeing if there's any difference between it exiting right here and exiting right here on each side. I think there might be a small difference, but anyway, we will find out. Wow, that sounds really good, but stupidly loud at 120 decibels. I still am probably gonna conjoin the pipes together, but yeah, that little stretch down there, I had it in third and I hit fourth with it because it's kind of hard driving one-handed. But yeah, she sings. So unfortunately, driving this thing around here, it's just not really gonna be an option because I live in a neighborhood, and let's just face it, everything I have has no muffler on it or a halfway muffler on it. All right, so it's another day, and I just got a 45-degree pipe bend right here, and I'm gonna screw these two pieces together, just like that. And I'm gonna have to obviously cut here and cut there to be able to stick this in there. So obviously we got this thing cut out. I beveled this in because it'll slide over that pipe easier. I left this end straight because, here, let me show you. This end is kind of pointed and that just goes over there perfectly. I'm still gonna have to trim a little bit on this end in order to get that to fit in there. But what I'm gonna do now is drill a hole in here and also on this side. Basically, it's gonna kind of evenly distribute the sounds on each side, and it'll kind of give it a little bit of back pressure because, as you can see, there's hardly no back pressure at all. Yes, this does seem very sketchy. I'm kind of feel like I'm drilling a hole for like an oxygen sensor or something, but anyway, let's get it done. All right, so we got it all positioned in place very strategically. I mean, if you fart next to it, it's gonna come off. So I'm gonna go on ahead and put a couple tacks in there, check everything, and then weld it all up fully and solid. Holy crap, that looks absolutely epic. This part right here just looks so natural. I mean, it kind of matches the intake a little bit. I know that looks like a big load of mess, but I mean, there was a huge gap right here and I had to put a piece of steel right there and weld it all the way around. So it's not fully an H pipe and it's not fully an X pipe. So what is it then? It's called a chevron pipe, my new invention. So without further ado, let's see what this new alien technology makes this twin sound like. So there you go, you heard the sound. It doesn't really sound too much of a difference, but you know, it's probably better for the exhaust anyway. But I also did fix the motorized bike because the chain tensioner blew up in it. The bearing just exploded, so I just stuck a bolt in there. And yeah, you can see my modification right there. I did that besides ordering a new one because I'm going on a camping trip in a couple of days, so I want to have that thing. I do need to put the muffler back on it because I can't ride through the campground open headers. So in the next video, we're going to be swapping the pulley on the engine and the pulley on the jack shaft to kind of gear this thing down a little bit and to get rid of that, you know, 40 series torque converter thing, because I really don't like that thing, honestly. It just acts really weird. So now I'm going to pull the exhaust off. I'm going to shoot a coat of black paint on it and then put it back on. So there you have it. We got duals on the racing mower now. Unfortunately, I can't go drive it down the road because, you know, it's just too freaking loud. And, you know, I've been doing it a lot recently, but I'll drive it around more in the next video, which will be pulley swaps. But I'll be very interested to see how different that thing will sound. But anyway, I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments on what you think. And if you have any other ideas or modifications you think I should do to this mower or the off-road mower, leave them down below. I'm sure other people would like to see them. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, click all the other buttons that YouTubers say to click. If you didn't like this video, click on thumbs down twice because 2's better than 1 and 3 more doesn't work. That only counts for likes, as we all know. And yeah, y'all should see me in the next one.